Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome back to another Web Dev Junkie video. So in this video, I'm going to give like a really quick overview of how you could potentially set up GitHub Actions to run simple commands over your code when it's committed to your repository or when you make like a pull request. To give you an understanding of what GitHub Actions is, it's basically a tool that GitHub provides you that you can run some automated tasks when people try to submit code in like a pull request form to your code base. So in this example, I'm going to show you kind of an overview of, we have a pull request open that's already been merged to the project that Dennis Ivey is working on called Mumble. And by the way, if you don't know what that is, it's a little application for developers to kind of share just information, ask questions to each other. And you can just go to his GitHub repo if you're interested, which is just located at this URL. So to give you an overview of how GitHub Actions works, let's look at this PR, right? So someone worked on some code and they kind of made a pull request to submit that code to Dennis Ivey's master branch, okay? You can see that here. I zoom in a little bit. It's saying that we want to merge code from this branch notification page to the Dennis Ivey master branch. And when he makes this pull request, it's beneficial to kind of have some checks in place to verify that the code has been linted, to verify the code doesn't have any bugs. Maybe you can run some unit tests, and also verify that the person who submitted the code also ran the code in some type of prettier formatter, okay? So you'll see here is that when they submitted the PR, you will see in GitHub, there's either an X, you'll see a checkbox here, or if I scroll up a little bit, there's an X. So these are like the actions that ran on this pull request. So if this is an X, that means that it failed and there's something wrong. But if it's a check, that means everything seems fine. So you can click this in GitHub. You will see that it ran a couple of checks and then also it tried to deploy something. So if I were to click on the details of the first one, we're going to kind of investigate how this GitHub action works. So it runs basically inside a container. It's going to set up Node. It's going to check out the code. It's going to do an npm install. You can see here, kind of expand these. You can see what's going on. And then it's going to run lint over the code to make sure that, there's no like flaws in how the code was written. And then it also verifies that a prettier was ran over the code before the person tried to submit it. And then it kind of builds to make sure that React can build correctly. And so the gist of this video is I want to show you how you can actually set this up. It's really easy. If you have a GitHub project, really all you need to do is create a workflows directory inside your .github folder. And you can create like a YAML file here. So in this case, we have a node.js YAML file. And this is declaring how the workflow will work, right? So when someone makes a pull request, you can see here we have like an on keyword. When someone makes a pull request or when someone pushes changes to the master branch, I believe what this means is like if they made a pull request that's going into the master branch, that's when the GitHub action would run. It's going to basically run the following jobs, okay? And just to walk you through this is very similar to what we just saw with all these this list, right? These are just steps that are in order and they correspond to this YAML file. So you can see here, it's going to check out the code. It's going to make sure Node is set up. It's going to install the dependencies for our package.json file. It's going to run linter. It's going to prettify our code by running a check. It's going to build the React project, and then it's going to run any tests, but we don't really have any tests yet, but we will have in the future, hopefully. And you pretty much just follow this format. You can kind of run whatever commands you want over your code to verify that stuff is working. I think later on you can come and add integration testing. You could add like Cypress testing. You could add Pally checks if you want to for accessibility. You can also set up different environment variables, etc. Notice that we did have to set CI false because we have some failing, I think, Pally issues with a couple of these, but we're going to come back and try to fix this up. But I think the main idea is if you have your own GitHub project, you make a workflows folder, you can make a file in it with a YAML definition. You can tell it to do things so that when people try to submit code in a PR to your code base, or if you want to do it yourself, if you're the one submitting code to your own code base, you can at least verify that the code has a particular level of quality so that you can, certify that what you're writing is actually good code. Versus if you don't have these things in place, it's very easy to get bugs into your system or get unformatted code into your system or bugs that are related to like ESLint or vice versa. You can also do deploys from your GitHub Actions, but I don't think we're doing it in this case. I think we just have Versal kind of watching the project. So if I go back to this, you'll see that when this PR is created, we try to deploy a Versal application here. I think it's closed because it's already been merged, but It's kind of a way to just demo the site on a real live environment. So you can see here, if you were to actually I think there's a way to preview the site for people who, when they make PRs, but we're not going to get into that in this video. Yeah, so this video was just a really high level overview of how GitHub Actions can be used to make your project better and improve your code quality. If you enjoyed watching this video, give me a thumbs up. Also, leave me any comments below if you have any suggestions of how you use GitHub Actions on your project. And also, if you're new to this channel, be sure to click that subscribe button because I'm going to have other videos like this in the future that should hopefully help you become a better web developer. All right, happy coding.